What's up, everybody, and welcome on back to the episode of the My Side of Things podcast. This is now episode 29, I think. Yeah, 29. I'm your host, as always, Ash. We got a whole lot of things in the docket to get to today, including talking about should Hangman Page get the win at AEW's All In? Should Mercedes Moné get the win at All In? We also got to talk about Mr. R-Truth and Carlito both being released. What the f are we doing? Oh my gosh, bro, this is an absolutely just horrible way to start this month, man. Also, shout out to all, all my queer folk out there, man, just being gayfully gay. I hope y'all are being extra gay this month. Be as gay as possibly gay can be. I don't know if y'all can tell it, but like my light kind of like is going out a little bit. You really can't tell it in like the video version, but my light's actually going out a little bit. This is the first time that it's been going out the entire year. It's very funny. It would go out on Pride Month, the very first day of it. Yo, shout out to the universe trying to let me know, yeah, nah, bro, you ain't finna shine at all. Oh, man. But hey, man, wherever you listen to this at, make sure you like, subscribe, notification bells, all that great stuff, notifications, wherever you listen to it, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Spotify. Oh, man, we got a weird way to start this episode off, man. I am extremely tired. I have been recording lives all day long, just been doing a whole bunch of stuff, man. Oh my gosh. But let's go ahead and start this off though by talking about the big news that came out of today, which is Mr. R-Truth and Carlito being released. Well, R-Truth is confirmed 100% to be released. I don't know if he's going to be having any more matches on the show. I don't know if they're going to be doing the R-Truth Jimmy Uso versus maybe Sol Sikoa and JC Mateo. I don't know if they're going to be doing that. I don't know if they're doing that storyline anymore because obviously you released him. So it's like, I don't really know with him. With Carlito, he also has storylines with Raquel and all that stuff, but he has like 2 weeks left. So it's like, they're just not picking up his contract. R-Truth, though, it's like, he just said he's released. I don't really know. I just find both of these to be dumb moves. One, I want to start with Carlito because Carlito, I feel like you kind of just brought him in to be a comedic act, right? Like you didn't really do much with him. I think he has had one singles match the entire time against Damian Priest. He might have had other matches, but I honestly cannot remember any of the other matches. But it's like you brought him in for a singles act to be a comedian. So I'm assuming that my bad, you didn't bring him in to be a singles act. You brought him into Judgment Day to be a comedian. So I'm assuming that you didn't like pay him like an egregious amount of money, right? So it's like, with him, why not just re-sign him to like a lesser? Well, no, you probably already signed him to like a lesser deal. So why would you not want to renew him, unless like you are just going full balls to the wall breakup of the Judgment Day within the next 2 weeks? But then it's like, damn, you're breaking them up already, like this quick? Like, mind you, hey, look, man, I wanted the Judgment Day to be broken up as well, okay? I was a very big fan of breaking up the Judgment Day as soon as possible, but within 2 weeks. My goodness, there's no way you could break these guys up within 2 weeks. There's no way this Liv Roxanne storyline is just a 2 week. It's just like what, a 3 week thing? I guess I guess I get it. You've been already kind of telling it for like the past few weeks now. You had the stuff with Liv and Roxanne. Oh no, Raquel. Oh my gosh, Roxanne and Dom last week, and then no, not last week, but the week before that. So I guess it would be kind of like a 4 week storyline. I mean, damn, it just feels like so anticlimactic that like you had like this big SummerSlam moment last year, but then this year you're gonna go with like a just kind of breakup within 2 weeks at what? A random Monday Night Raw? I mean, to be fair, I guess you did have the Shield breakup on a random Monday Night Raw, so it's not the worst thing in the world. It just feels like it feels so quick, I don't know. It feels so anticlimactic, not quick. Anticlimactic is the word that I'm looking for. But I mean, I guess I'm not completely mad about it. Maybe they're going to write off Carlito in some like way where Finn Balor takes him out or Finn Balor and JD take him out. I don't really know about that. Maybe they just had nowhere else to go with him, but I feel like Carlito could have done something. I feel like there's something there you could have done with Carlito. You could have had him be a manager or somebody. I feel like you could have had him down to NXT, kind of like, just helping out the new incoming talent. I don't know. I feel like you could have done something with him. You really weren't going to do any more with him, though, but I feel like he did add a lot of comedic relief to the Judgment Day that R-Truth was doing, and then you eventually just passed over to Carlito. So that was, pretty fine, I guess. You really didn't do much with him, but shout out to him for being the WWC champion. I think it's a championship in Puerto Rico, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about that. But then as far as R-Truth, This one just feels odd. And mind you, I'm not like trying to like, minimize Carlito's role in WWE, but he's been like gone for so long now that like it feels more like okay, I understand this one a bit more because he's been gone for X amount of years. R-Truth though, it's like this guy has been a mainstay within WWE since 2008. Since 2008, he's been a part of little storylines, big storylines. He's been able to help basically every single aspect of WWE. Put him with Judgment Day was absolutely awesome. You never put him with Bloodline because you wanted that to be super serious, whatever. And you kind of already had Sami Zayn there, so you really didn't need R-Truth. But like you put him with Judgment Day, you put him with Jimmy, you put him with Cody at times, you put him with Cena to be able to help this whole heel turn out. And it's like, I don't get it necessarily because you had R-Truth's last match be against JC Mateo, and it seems like you're just going to continue to go forward with this. Like, it feels like you're going forward with the storyline. So I'm assuming that R-Truth is going to come back just to finish the storyline at least. Like, it's probably not like an automatic release by any means. Maybe like his contract ends within like a few weeks, and you're going to like finish off that storyline within a few weeks, I guess. I don't really know. But it also just feels weird because it's like if you were already planning to release him, why continue this stuff? Why have R-Truth JC Mateo? That's not like this is where I say like I'm just so confused by who the heck actually authorized the releasing, because it's like for storyline purpose, I guess, it helps to have him go forward and kind of finish this if you do have him go forward and finish this. But for money wise, who the hell is getting money off of this? I'm not trying to like hate, but like R-Truth, Jimmy Uso, you're not even doing much with Jimmy as is. He's not in Money in the Bank. He ain't in any kind of big matches, not in any kind of U.S. championship matches. He ain't do nothing at WrestleMania either. So it's like, what the hell are you doing with Jimmy Uso? So I don't even really get where this is actually going, even if you do bring the man back. But it just also hurts. This one hurts, man, because Vince McMahon told R-Truth that he has a lifetime deal. He told that man that he got a lifetime deal, basically akin to Brock Lesnar, that he is just going to be signed until he wants to retire. And I just feel like R-Truth's contract cannot be that big. There's no way, unless this guy got a really great agent. Or, well, no, you know what, let me take it back, because he is the entertainment aspect of WWE. Like, what would I say his contract is probably like? Let me just throw a number out there, and maybe y'all could say, like, I'm highballing it. I'll say, like, $3 million. I'll say $3 million at the very most. Now, no, you know what? Even if he's getting paid more than that, you're paying Finn Balor $7 million to take pins, to do nothing. Finn Balor ain't done nothing for the better part of how many years now? Put a number there, and the number's probably right. If you said 10, you're correct. If you said 20, you're correct. What the hell is Finn Balor doing that R-Truth isn't doing? What? I'm not trying to like ask for anybody's releases by any means unless it's Nikita Lyons. But like R-Truth is entertainment to a T. The WWE is World Wrestling Entertainment, but to me, it's worldwide entertainment. The wrestling has just been exonerated from that whole entire thing. And Vince and Miz and all these folk have already said it's entertainment first. The guy that's the most entertaining, one of the best mic character and charisma workers, like if you put all three together, I think there's very few people that actually can touch R-Truth or that can surpass R-Truth when it comes to these three categories. This guy is awesome. This is not me trying to glaze. This guy is absolutely awesome. Funny as hell. You could put him in any kind of storyline and he will make it absolutely gold. And you just release him? You release him. You ain't even let the man retire. I said in my TikTok video, this is like letting Dwayne Wade just be released by the Miami Heat. This is like trading Paul Pierce. If you don't like those names, all right, this is like the Miami Heat letting, releasing Udonis Haslem. They didn't release him because he was a key intricate veteran he was a key veteran for the team for many, 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 many years. So you couldn't keep R-Truth? You're telling me, I understand R-Truth is 53 years old. I understand that for sure. The guy still moves better than some of the other dudes there. He moves better than John Cena, who's a whole 8 years younger than him. Or what, like 6 years younger than him? No, it's 6. So it's like, I just don't understand the release of R-Truth. It feels so weird. I said on live, maybe this isn't like the greatest wording either, but like, I just felt like somebody died seeing R-Truth get released. That did not feel right to me at all. Like, you don't release R-Truth of all people. That's a big no-no. You don't, like, I understand if you're trying to, like, go at Vince and all that stuff and cool. Like, there's so many weird internal battles in WWE right now. You have Rock and Triple H feuding with each other. You have TKO and Vince feuding with each other. Like, there's just so many weird things. Like, Vince would never, do ads and do all this stuff. Here goes TKO getting ads. Vince would never want to have a TNA world champion main eventing the, like, NXT, the NXT main event, or like a WWE PLE, I guess. Here he goes, Joe Hendry main eventing a PLE. It's just like, it feels like there's so many things that they're doing against Vince just to, I guess, in a way, slap Vince in the face, but I don't really get it. He's already being slapped in the face with multiple charges. Why do you care just to continue to put, like, mind you, by the way, I do not care about putting, about kicking a man when he's down when that man is Vince McMahon. But TKO, let's not just, like, I'm not going to act like y'all just history is all clean and all that stuff. I'm not going to act like, y'all just the cleanest billionaires in the world. I'm pretty sure y'all got some freaky deaky stuff in that closet of y'all as well. So it's like, don't let something come out about y'all and now we over here looking at y'all the same way we're looking at Vince. Like, I don't really get it. Then you got then you got Triple H and Rock kind of going back and forth with each other and all that stuff. Like, everything just... WWE just feels weird right now, man. Like, you got rid of two of the comedic guys that were like the last two lives of WWE. And it's just like this, man. I think I said in the TikTok video as well. It was one of these videos. It might have been the Archer's video. It just feels like a husk. That's what WWE feels right. Just feels like right now, man. It feels like an absolute husk. A husk just made of $100 bills. There ain't no meat on that bone at all, man. There ain't nothing. There ain't a heart. There's not a stomach, not a gallbladder, not any type of organs up in that body. It is just a husk. And it's like this is why alternatives are so great for wrestling, man, because I really do not care about WWE this year. I really, really don't. I still talk WWE because I just talk wrestling in general. But I really do not care about WWE at all in the slightest. It feels just nasty as hell. It feels so money driven. It feels so money hungry. I would not be surprised if we got a WrestleMania in Saudi soon. We're getting a Royal Rumble there. I think we're getting Night of Champions there as well. Or one of these next big PLEs is there. It's just like, ew, brother, ew. I think they even got like rejected to have a WrestleMania in London because, okay, so I finally found out what it was. It's basically that London wasn't keen on paying the site fees, and a site fee is basically what an arena pays to host that event, and I guess London just wasn't going with that. Saudi Arabia possibly is, though. We're going to have a super WrestleMania. That'll be one I'll definitely be skipping for sure. I'll tell you that right now, because the greatest Royal Rumble ever sucked. So, yeah, no, I'm not going to be watching no damn Super WrestleMania. But this era of WWE, like I said, man, it just feels lifeless. TKO has just ruined WWE. And I'm going to be real with you. They're here to stay. This is going to be WWE going forward. They're not going to sell WWE because they're going to continue to make them more and more money because of all the superstars they're going to have. Like, right now, they have Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins. They have Becky Lynch. They have Charlotte Flair. You got Nia Jax. You have Bayley still. And then going forward, who are they going to have? Going forward, they're going to have Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan and Tiffany Stratton and Roxanne Perez and Lyra Valkyria. Callie Armstrong's now coming up as well. You're also going to be having Stephanie Valkyrie and Julia. Now you got Mariah May. For your men's division, you have Braun Breaker coming up. You have Dominic Mysterio. You possibly have Ilya Dragunov as well if they do decide to push him like a superstar. You have Jacob Fatu, Solo Sikoa. So it's like, it's going to be like this. They're not going to lose any money because all of these guys have so much money or have so much fans already around them, and they're going to continue to get more and more. And you got to think about it, like, it's not even just a WWE dream at this point that's going to attract a lot of these young wrestlers. It's going to be that money that they're being offered. Mariah May is being offered a super big mega contract. That it's like, I guarantee you the WWE dream is not the only thing driving Mariah May. It's probably also the zeros on that check. Like, I guarantee you it's probably about a cool little $10 million per year. And let me tell you right now, $10 million per year, a lot of people will take that because everyone's not everyone has like the same outlook on something. Like they don't think like, oh, this ruins my morals or anything like that. And for some people it does, for other people it doesn't. And I think for a lot of people, they're not going to look at WWE and be like, oh, well, this is like, a soulless company. They're going to be like, well, I mean, soulless company, but hey, man, my soul going to be really good with all the food I'm finna be eating, man, with the house I'm finna be living in, with this $10 million check, $15 million check. So it's like TKO is going to be fine. They're going to be fine. WWE is going to be fine. It's not going to lower its ratings. I don't think so. I mean, like, I could see a world where like the ratings get a little bit lower, but UFC is still popping right now. UFC is probably the biggest it's ever been. I don't think WWE is ever really going to drop down that much, and they're going to continue to get more superstars in there, like more famous people in there. So this is going to be WWE going forward. And I think if you're a WWE fan right now, I don't really think you should expect for it to get better. I'm just going to be real with you. I don't think you should expect it to get any more, going back to like the good old days. I don't think you should expect that because it's TKO's now. And TKO is going to have this for as long as TKO wants to have this. And it's just like, that's just what's going to happen. I think this is why I said alternatives are great for wrestling, because right now, I don't have much enjoyment talking about WWE. Like, well, let me take that back. I have enjoyment talking about WWE because it's not completely killed it for me. There's still things that are enjoyable there. It's just I have more enjoyment talking other companies than I do WWE because I just feel like I see more life in other companies. Like TNA, no, I don't see any life in that at all. TNA is going down the drain very, very soon. But like, I still have some enjoyment watching Ring of Honor. I still have enjoyment watching AEW, watching NXT from time to time. I still have enjoyment watching CMLL whenever I get a chance to watch it. New Japan, Stardom. I've been really, really loving Stardom as of lately too. I've just been getting like a whole bunch of just Stardom matches all over my damn TikTok, and this is like, bruh, oh my gosh, man, it's just a thing of beauty. I'm telling you, man, if Stardom ever gets an American TV deal, it's gonna be over, man. It's gonna be over for sure, because those women, they be moving. But it's just like, we're in the TKO era, man. And that's just what it's going to have to be for WWE fans. So, like, if you're, planning on going to shows, probably right now is the best time, because by next year, them shows are going to be even more expensive. I have zero plans to go to a WWE show. I really wish I could have gone to one before, I kind of, started having less fun with WWE. I really wish I could have gone to one, man, because that's going to be one thing that I probably, like, I don't want to say, like, regret by any means, but I think, like, now, just, like, with the way that I feel about WWE, I'm not giving them $1,000 just to not even sit front row. Like, hell no, bro. Or it's like, well, more so like PLE, not a show. Because, like, a show, I can go to a show, spend, like, about like $100, $200 on the ticket. That's not a problem at all. It sucks that I don't really live anywhere next to, like, a big town or anything like that, but, like, going to a PLE, bro, I might have to spend, like, at least $500 on, like, what's it called? What are the tickets all with the freaking top? Whatever the top tickets are. I'm about to like spend like $500 on those tickets. I'm about to spend like $1,000, $2,000 on front row tickets. Which, mind you, and this is no shot at the women's division, by the way. No shot at women's wrestling. WWE don't even care for women's wrestling, and they are charging about $1,000 for Evolution to be even close to the ring. Like, I think it's like 5th to 8th row back. Like, mind you, that's not that close still. Like, you're probably going to have to be looking up at the monitor to really see a lot of things that are going on. Like, you'll be able to see the women, but, like, you're not going to be able to get, like, handshakes. You're not going to be able to get, like, any kind of, like, memorabilia that kind of, like, gets thrown out of the ring or something like that from, like, one of, like, the wrestlers. Like, you're not really going to get much. You're really not. So it's like, I think front row, if you want to say $1,000, all right, I mean, I guess, hey, cool, I got $1,000 freaking get a handshake I'm not even a handshake, but get like a little high five from a woman, cool. But it's like, dude, that's not, no. And then these meet and greets are like $800-900, bro. Like, nah, man, nah, we not, bro. I'm not paying $800 to meet Jey Uso for like not even like 2 minutes, for like 20 seconds, if even that, bro. It's gonna be like, hey, man, how you doing, man? Oh, man, I'm doing good, man. Thanks for the signing and all. Like, bro, that's crazy. Nah, man, I'm not doing that. Maybe you'll get your money back from like the little autograph, but that's really about it, man. I don't know, man. Like I said, WWE is just, I don't know. It just feels so weird. It feels so weird because it's like, if you would have told me that like in 2023 WWE was gonna just get this awful, in my opinion, because that's what it is right now, just this awful, I would not have fully believed you, because I'd have been like, no, I couldn't see it. I just could not see it happening. If you would have even told me this in 2024, like, I wouldn't have fully believed you. But to be honest, though, looking back at 2024, everything feels like a big money move. It really, really does. And, maybe I was wrong in just fully blaming Triple H. I don't think it's just fully on Triple H. I think it's partly on Triple H, but I also think a lot of it has to do with TKO. I think a lot of it is just him. I mean, just them. And so I guess if you want to say, you blame The Rock, you blame The Rock as well, because The Rock has gotten very much so money hungry. But I also think a lot of it has to do with The Rock and Triple H's beef as well, because I feel like if The Rock and Triple H did not have the beef that they have, which is very much so apparent, like if Triple H and Shawn Michaels did not try to hold back Rock's career, Shawn Michaels did not do whatever he did to The Rock's grandma, I feel like WWE would not be in this place. That's why I was saying, like, earlier about the whole Rock and Triple H thing. That's what I think this is. I think this is TKO trying to make Triple H look as bad as they possibly can, because it's The Rock saying to make him look as bad as possibly they can, so they can get him out of there and get somebody else into there, potentially a Rock. And then maybe, just maybe, WWE would be better. But I don't fully believe it even then. And it's like, I don't fully feel bad for Triple H. I'm going to say that. I don't fully feel bad for Triple H, because I call him Triple K for a reason, man. I called him, man, Triple K for a reason. But it's like, I do kind of feel for the dude in a sense, because it's like, he did do really damn good with NXT, man. I got to give him that. He did really damn good with NXT. And I think had he not had TKO above him, maybe he would be doing really good right now with WWE. But it's just like, at the same time, it's like, I don't fully feel bad either, because, hey, man, you done married into this power, man. You done married into this power, and it's like, that's what comes with it. That's what comes with it, man. Like, oh, my gosh, man. And people blaming Vince for selling the TKO. I mean, sure, I guess, but, like, Vince McMahon was also having a whole bunch of charges. Like, you think the dude really cared about who the hell he sold to? No, that guy just wanted to get as much money as he could. I don't have no water in here, do I? I don't have any water in my cup. Damn it. Goodness gracious. But let's go ahead and talk about something that I didn't say was on the topics, but I'll have it listed on the topics anyways. Let's talk about Mariah May real quick, man, because this is where I get super annoyed with tribalism. I feel like a lot of y'all just want to be stupid. There's no better way to say that. A lot of y'all just want to be stupid so bad. And I don't really get it. Why do people choose to be stupid? By saying AEW fumbled Mariah May. AEW couldn't make Mariah May into a star. Watch WWE make her into the biggest star in the world. And it's just like, do y'all not realize that y'all didn't even know who Mariah May was 2 years ago? Do y'all not realize that? Do y'all not realize that had it not been for AEW, that Mariah May likely never gets signed to WWE, because she was just gaining no type of, attention from WWE at all? Do you not realize that Julia was the superstar when Mariah was there? That Tony was the superstar when Mariah was there? Do you not realize that? So it's like, this whole thought that Mariah May was fumbled by AEW, like, it just makes no sense to me. Y'all just be like, it's just like the weirdest of shots that WWE fans will take these days to, try to say that, like, oh, they're better than AEW and all that stuff, when it's like, ask anybody, like, when it's just like, I guarantee you, I'm going to go ahead and just put all my chips in on this, man. I'll put the apple in on this. I don't think that Mariah May is going to do one thing in WWE that would be better than her run in AEW. I do not. I don't see a storyline possibility there. I do not see her, being like a multi-time champion within 2 years. I don't see that. I don't see her getting the world championship within 2 years. I don't see that. NXT championship, sure, why not? I don't see her getting the world championship within 2 years, though, and Mariah May got that within less than 2 years. She was in arguably the greatest storyline of all time within less than 2 years. She became a superstar and got a super big contract by WWE within less than 2 years. So it's like, what are you talking about? That she's not a star already, or that AEW fumbled her. The only people that I will still say to this day that were fumbled by AEW were Lexis King and Ethan Page. Some people say, how was Lexis King fumbled? He's not really doing much in AEW or doing much in NXT. I think just the presentation of Lexis King now, he has like this whole like rock star gimmick and all that stuff. I think this would have done really well in AEW. Like, I don't know where Lexis King goes in WWE. I don't know. I don't see a future for Lexis King with WWE. I just feel like he's not a WWE guy. Like, I think his dad was never in WWE because he was in WCW, but I don't think he's ever in WWE. I think Lexis King is probably going to end up back in NXT at some point in time. I mean, AEW at some point in time. I would love for him to be able to keep the Lexis King name, but he probably can't if they did trademark it, which really does suck. But I just don't think that he fits it like WWE at all. But I think this current character has shown a lot of growth in him. I think he's going to, like, whenever he does, if he does ever leave WWE because he's not just getting used, I think he'll now be able to take what he's done in WWE and carry that forward to other companies. Sadly, he ain't going to have that fire theme song probably, but my goodness, man, I really love that theme song. But I still think that he'll be able to do great and probably get to like TNA or go back to AEW or go to like a Ring of Honor or go somewhere and be able to do something big because I think he really is talented. As far as Ethan Page, definitely another guy that's also super dang talented that probably wasn't used right by AEW as well. I feel like they just really did not give him the chance to blossom into a superstar. His whole toy collection thing was really big within AEW, especially with a lot of the fans. So it's just like, I do think a lot of these guys, like these two guys for sure probably were fumbled, but these other guys though, like these other stars, I don't think they were. Like, you can't say that somebody's a fumble when they want to go to WWE. That doesn't make any sense. Penta and Ray wanted to go to WWE. Mike Santana and Ortiz did not want to be in AEW. Jade Cargill wanted to be in WWE. Mariah May wants to be in WWE. All of these folk that are leaving, they want to be in WWE. Malachi Black, Rusev, or Aleister Black now. Rusev, they want to be in WWE. How is it a fumble if they don't even want to be in AEW to begin with? Malachi Black in AEW was literally reported to have been phoning in matches, which basically means that he was not trying in matches and that he was just he was just half-assing it. So it's like he didn't even want to be there. The guy only went there because he felt like WWE wasn't using him right. Andrade didn't want to be there either. He wanted, I don't know what the hell Andrade want to do, to be honest, man. I'm confused on Andrade, but he clearly don't want to be there either. So it's just like, these guys aren't fumbled. They just don't want to be in WWE. Like, a guy that would be fumbled, and I know now it's going to be like, oh, AEW Mark, Ricochet. Ricochet wanted to be in WWE. He loved being there until he felt like it became lifeless, that he had to start all over again because WWE just never used him properly. They never turned the man heel. That was the fumble right there. You never even attempted to turn him heel. AEW turned him heel. Works out perfectly. So it's like, that's a fumble. AEW, like I said, with Ethan Page, with Lexis King, those are fumbles. If you want to talk about Jade Cargill being a fumble, you definitely could say that, like, the way that they handled Jade Cargill compared to the way they're now handling Megan Bayne. Yeah, you can say it's a fumble, but Jade Cargill also had no veterans. Like, my thing is this, is that when it comes to the tribalism, can we be just a little bit intelligent? AEW's been around 6 years. WWE's been around 50 years. Why are we judging AEW's success compared to WWE's success right now? AEW should not have the same success as WWE because it's only 6 years in. Mind you, it's only 6 years in, and it's selling out London. It's selling out Wembley. That's insane to think about. That its first year it sold out Wembley. Second year it sold out Wembley. That's insane to think about. It's now what? Its third year. My bad, not its second year. Its first year in Wembley it sold out. Its second year in Wembley, I think it almost sold out. It could have also sold out as well though. And then its third All In. It's now going to be in Texas. I don't know if it's sold out yet, but no, it's not sold out by any means. But it has a good amount. It has most of the seats filled up. And it's just like, this is what AEW is doing. 50,000 in an arena, 80,000 in an arena. Like, that's insane to think about. So it's like I don't mind tribalism to an extent. If you want to, rock with WWE and you want to throw a little shot to AEW and all that stuff, fine, do that. But there's got to be some kind of intelligence in it as well, though, right? Like, we can't just be saying whatever. We can't just be judging, like, AEW based on WWE's current success. Like, that would be like saying that, like, oh, well, Victor Wembanyama is not averaging a triple-double like Nikola Jokic is. So Victor Wembanyama he could never be anywhere near as good as Nikola Jokic. Like, no, he just could never do that. Or like, oh, well, let's see. Cooper Flag didn't win the NCAA tournament, so he could never be as good as insert basketball player that's won an NCAA tournament and is like a superstar right now. Like, it doesn't make any sense. We're judging a company that is only 6 years in and acting like it should be as elite right now as WWE has been over a 50-year time period. Mind you, WWE had growing pains. Lots and lots of growing pains. Go look at them early days with Hulk Hogan. It looked nasty. It looked really nasty. Hell, go look at WWE's early days with not even like its early days, but coming out of the Attitude Era. It looked very interesting, to say the least. It didn't look the greatest by any means. There was a lot of weird storylines there. There was a lot of bullshittery going on around that time. I think that was around the time of Triple H's Reign of Terror. Like, so let's not act like WWE always looked perfect, okay? It definitely had to get the formula down, and once it got the formula down, things started rocking. But it's like AEW, it has time, all right, man. It has a multi-billionaire in Tony Khan. It has his father as well. It has a lot of superstars right now. Swerve Strickland just got his own shoe. Tony Storm is in a movie. MJF is in a movie alongside Becky Lynch. Mercedes Moné is an absolute superstar that's going to be in more and more movies. Like, it has superstars right there. It has on the rise superstars as well. I just recorded a video about the next 10 AEW Women's World Champions, and it's like, Billie Starkz is going to be a freaking star. Billie Starkz, by the year 2029, which is when I think that she'll get her first AEW Women's World title, she might realistically be the best wrestler on the planet. Like, she might realistically be the best wrestler on the planet. They have Athena coming up that's just only going to do more. That's going to do amazing for them. They have Willow Nightingale, who has best babyface potential, in my opinion, within the women's division. I think just within wrestling in general. She's just freaking phenomenal. They have a lot of dudes coming up with Kyle Fletcher, with MJF still on the rise. You got to remember that MJF is literally only 28 years old right now. He's only 28. Will Ospreay is only 31. He turned 32 at the end of this year. Kyle Fletcher is only 26. They have Blake Christian, who's only 28. They have Kevin Knight, who's only 28. They have Nick Wayne, who's only like 20, 21 years old. Like, I'm going to be real with you. This guy also has Jason Tatum treatment as well, because y'all be calling that man 19. I think he's been 19 for about 15 years now. But they have a lot of wrestlers there that are only going to get better and better with Nick Wayne being trained by Cope and Christian. My guy, do you know how freaking elite that is? Like, you're literally on the path to success. You're on the path to success. With Cope constantly training Swerve and all these other wrestlers being trained by other wrestlers, with them getting a lot of in-ring. With AEW as well, one thing I really like that they do is that they aren't afraid to put their less than their non-top tier wrestlers, like the non-top card wrestlers, in matches with the top card wrestlers, so they get ring experience. Like last year, Mariah May was going against Anna Jay. I've seen Toni Storm go up against Megan Bain. I've seen Toni Storm go up against what was her name? I forgot her freaking name now. But whatever. They had Mercedes Moné going up against Billie Starkz. They had Jamie Hayter going up against Billie Starkz. They had you have Harley Cameron now working alongside Anna Jay. You had Harley Cameron going up against Mercedes Moné as well. They had Tony go up against somebody. I forgot who the heck I'm trying to think of. But her last run, she went up against Deonna Purrazzo. She went up against... Why am I just blanking on names now? I really freaking hate this, man. I am blanking on so many names. And it's like I have all these names just in my head before I start talking about them. And then, boom, names just go away. But it's like they put their top card against their mid card. They put their top card against their low card. They do it, and it's like you might think that it's not the greatest formula because it's like, okay, well, it hurts your top stars look like top stars because they're not going against top stars. And maybe that's something that AEW will have to learn over the coming years. But it also helps out their mid-card wrestlers by getting more attention onto them so that they can become stars as well in the future, so that they can get experience by being against some of the top wrestlers in the promotion. So I think AEW right now, they're in their growing phase, okay? They're developing. I don't think that, like, you know, they're anywhere near AEW. They're not near WWE in terms of, like, popularity. No, that's still not true. I talk to people about AEW, or I'll tell people, like, hey, oh, yeah, I watch AEW, and all that. They'll be like, what is that? What is that? I never heard of that. And I'll be like, oh, it's, you know, it's kind of like WWE, but it's a lot more wrestling, a lot less stories, a lot more wrestling first, stories are second. And they say, like, oh, like, do they tell stories? I'm like, yeah, no, they tell a lot of stories there, but it's more so about the wrestling. And like, oh, okay. I'm like, yeah, and they're like, oh, maybe I'll check it out sometime. And then I don't know if they do or don't, but like, people still don't know what AEW really is. Like, a lot of people still don't know. That's fine though. That's fine. AEW it's in its developmental era right now, and it's going to develop one day, I believe, into a powerhouse. I believe it's going to be, make sure my charger was plugged in. I saw like a little cord going across, but that is my other cord to my PC, which I almost unplugged like a dumbass. But yeah, no, they're in their growing phase right now. They're going to get better. So it's like this whole just judging AEW and treating it the way that, like, you know, you would like a legit competitor to WWE, like a literal 1-to-1 with WWE, it just doesn't make any sense. Now, if AEW is around for like 50 years, okay, sure, I understand that. But like with it not being around for that long, it just doesn't make any sense. And it makes even less sense when it's like a lot of WWE fans, especially with me, they'll complain because they'll be like, oh, well, you complain too much, give it time. But like, you don't do that with other companies. Like, you don't do that with AEW. I still think on my shirt right here. That was really starting to bug me. I don't know what that was. But it's like, you don't do that with other companies. You don't give other companies time. You don't give other wrestlers from other companies time to grow either. So it's like, you know, I think like I just wish that like tribalism would go back to being good tribalism, go back to being like smart tribalism, and not all this just dumb BS that people want to like just spew and all that stuff. Like, just have a little bit of knowledge in your head, man. Just a little bit, man. That's all you really need. But let's go ahead and talk about Hangman Adam Page, though, because there's been a lot of fun conversations that have, you know, transpired after Hangman Adam Page has got his big win. A lot of people are obviously comparing this very, very heavily to the Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn versus the Bloodline storyline, which obviously it does have a lot of similarities. But people are also saying, like, well, if AEW is going to go different from this, what are they going to do? Are they going to have Hangman lose at All In? Are they going to have Hangman turn heel? I think the Cody Rhodes storyline is a good similarity if you take 39 and 40. I think Swerve was 39. I think him losing because of the interference, that was 39. I think 40 is going to be Hangman winning. Last year, All In, Bryan Danielson got his big win. The year before that, MJF got his big win, but it was face versus face, so it's not really a big issue. This year is going to be interesting. Will they continue the trend of faces winning? Is All In always going to be just, you know, the big baby face getting a big win? Is that always going to be the case? Because last year, Mariah May got her big win. Who got the win with the woman in 2023? Okay, that was Saraya. Do you want to count Saraya as a face or a heel? Because Hikaru Shida, Toni Storm, I think that was Britt Baker that was also in that match, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it was Britt Baker. I think Britt and Hikaru were the faces around that time, and I guess I would say that Toni and Saraya were the heels. Yeah, I don't. It's odd because Saraya was a heel to Hikaru and Britt, but she was the face to Toni. I don't really know. I'm gonna go ahead and say Saraya was a heel. So 2 heels have won for the women's division, and 2 faces have won for the men's division. Do they switch it up this year and have the heel man win and have the face woman win? Is that the case? But then you would have both of your All-In winners, both of your Owen Hart Cup tournament winners lose, And I don't think that's going to happen. I think the trend doesn't die. Oh my God, does AEW have the inverse of WWE? Where it's like for years, it was always like, like the big babyface storyline would happen around like every 10 years. But AEW is going to be like every 10 years is the big heel storyline. Like, ooh, the heels are going to just work their way up to the top. They're going to cheat. They're going to cheat. They're going to cheat. They're going to finally get their big cheating win at All In by year 10. Hey, you know what, man? Let's go ahead and keep record of this, man. Because if it happens by year 10, I see you, Tony Khan, you little sly fox, you trying to do the inverse of WWE. No, but I think Hangman and Mercedes. Well, I'm stay with Hangman for a segment. For seconds. Goodness gracious, having a damn stroke over here. Hangman should win. I 1000% believe Hangman should win. I don't think he should turn heel. I wouldn't even see what the hell you would how you would even do it. Like, if you turn the man heel, how the hell do you have the match? Like, what are you telling me, that he turns heel mid-match? And like, what, does he go for like a low blow? But that wouldn't be a heel move. It's John Moxley. Ain't no one gonna care about that bald man, especially when you keep putting his damn hands on Willow Nightingale's hair. Her beautiful black hair. My God, man, get your hands off her hair. John Moxley, you damn bald man. Especially you two, Gabe Kid. Go punch y'all both in the face. And Claudio as well. Claudio, you're just gonna get punched because you associated with him, because you bald association right there. Y'all the bald riders. Have Marina Shafir and Wheeler Yuta go bald. Let's do it. But nah, I think like the only way I could see him like going heel is like, what the hell are they gonna do? He's gonna go for the buckshot lariat, and then like as he gets in the ring, like he just like falls to the ground and like lays down and allows Moxley to pin him. Like, no, that'd be freaking stupid, man. Mind you, it wouldn't be the worst thing done this year, but it'd be freaking stupid though. No, we're not doing that bullshit this year, man. AEW's having a great year. I think that they just have him be a face, have him win the championship, because if you are wanting like to compare us to Cody and stuff like that, I think AEW seen what happened with Cody, seen where it went wrong for not just where it went wrong for a lot of the internet fans, which was the fact that Cody had nobody to face. And I think for Hangman, he has a lot of people to face. You could have him face off against Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland at Forbidden Door if you really want to, or just face off against Will Ospreay, one of the two. Oh my God, man. Will Ospreay, Swerve Strickland, Hangman Adam Page. That shit would tear the house down. If you want to put somebody else in that match, you also could as well from New Japan. If you want to have a potential of just like, actually, if you want to have somebody from Japan do the match, you could be Gabe Kidd. I wouldn't mind that, to be honest. But then also you have the potential of Ricochet, who's there, becoming a much bigger heel. If he gets a faction as well, it's going to be only better for him. You have the likes of Konosuke Takeshita and Kyle Fletcher with the Don Callis family. So he has people. You have MJF with the Hurt Syndicate, where I think it should end. I think that should end at probably like Full Gear or something like that. I still believe that MJF should get the Casino Gauntlets win. So it's like, I think Hangman has a lot of great things set up for him to have an amazing run going forward. Like, and it doesn't have to be a long run by any means. I think it's like a 4 or 5 month reign at the longest. I don't think it needs to be like a year or anything like that. Lose it at Full Gear in November. It's July right now. It's not July right now. It's freaking June. But it'd be July, August, September, October, November. That's 5 months. That's fine. You don't need like a whole 2-year reign, a whole year-long reign. I said the same thing with Cody. I don't think Cody needed this super-duper long reign. I think it's perfectly fine. So it's like, I think Hangman, he has a lot set up for him, and then, it's all about the chase when it comes to faces. It's not about the reign. It's about the chase. And I think as long as Hangman Adam Page, has a great story going into All In, which I think he already does have, and you at least don't have him involved in too much Death Rider stuff going forward. Like if it's just Gabe Kidd, or if it's like a Kazuchika Okada thing, but it probably should be Gabe Kidd because he's still in New Japan technically. If it's just Gabe Kidd, I'm not even mad at that. But like if it's like, he goes on to face like fucking Claudio or something like that, or Wheeler Yuta or Pac, like, and then he just continues to face all of them going forward. Like, no, okay, no. Now we done messed up the whole damn thing and go ahead and put the title in MJF. But it's like if it's just one of those guys, that's fine. That's fine. I don't think it needs to be, a lot. And again, if you want to run Hangman and Swerve, you can run Hangman and Swerve. If you want to run Hangman and Will, you can do Hangman and Will. If you want to do Hangman, Swerve, and Will, you can do that as well. I think all these are very fine options. So I think Hangman Adam Page definitely should win at All In. I don't see a world where it's like, he loses, because it just doesn't really, it wouldn't make the most sense to me. It just really, really wouldn't. For Hangman Adam Page to be the first guy to lose, like, where do you go forward with the Death Riders? Like, are you really banking on Darby Allin to be the finish? Is that really where we're going? I don't, like, and where do you do it at? Do you possibly do Jon Moxley versus Eddie Kingston at Forbidden Door? Oh, wait, yeah, no, you could. Oh, yeah, no, you actually could do that. Gosh, because he's in New Japan right now. Which would mean that, okay, because you could then do Darby Allin at All Out. Ooh, or you could do Kenny Omega at All Out as well, because he's Canadian. Oh, I think I might have actually walked into something. I might have walked into a big piece of doo-doo on the floor. Oh, who let their dog shit on my floor? Damn. Because it's not bad. It's really not bad. Like, you're going to have an amazing freaking Eddie Kingston storyline there, especially with the alignment of Gabe Kidd. You're going to have a pretty damn good storyline there with Kenny Omega if he's not, like, the double champion by that point in time. Or he's not the unified champion. You're going to have a really damn good storyline there with Darby Allin as well. I mean, honestly, damn. Like, I don't think AEW necessarily can fail in this whole entire scenario. Because it's like, you're not damned if you do, damned if you don't. You got to win-win here. If you have Hangman Adam Page lose, you have Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston's amazing story. If you have Hangman win, you have Hangman versus Will versus Swerve, or you have Hangman versus Gabe Kidd, or you have Hangman versus Swerve or Will. Like, you have stuff set up there. Damn. I mean, I guess the better storyline coming out of that and going into All In definitely would be Jon Moxley versus Eddie Kingston. But I think I'm going to trust my gut, and I'm going to say that I think the best storyline to go with, or the best at least win to go with, is Hangman Adam Page. I do like the thought of Jon Moxley retaining and, having some pretty cool storylines with the people I named going forward. It could also be somebody else as well. Is Jay White from Canada? Oh, wait, no. He's from Europe. I only asked that because I was about to say you could have Jay White versus Jon Moxley. I forgot his name for a second, but you could have Jay White versus Jon Moxley at All Out if you really wanted to as well. Oh my God, you could actually run a whole storyline with Hangman Adam Page, Swerve, Will, and then eventually you could have Jay White actually get involved in that whole entire match. That literally would just end in Hangman Adam Page and Swerve Strickland going to blows, and then that leads into Jay White and Will Ospreay. At Forbidden Door, by the way, is what I meant. Wow, yeah, I know you have a lot of great matches there. You have a lot of great also paths that can come from this whole entire thing. Because I think like with Moxley, that's the one thing that would kind of suck is that where did you go forward with a lot of people? I feel like Swerve, Will, and Hangman would have nothing to do going forward. I mean, like, Will maybe can get a match, but I think you'd rather go with Eddie Kingston versus Moxley. So it's like, I don't think there's a lot of great paths after that. I think for Hangman, there definitely is. So, yeah, no, I think Hangman should win his match. And then as far as Mercedes Moné, I mean, if we're going with the heels, it makes sense for her to win because she is a heel. I don't... It's going to be awkward because it's like she still hasn't lost the TBS title yet. I don't think she's losing it at Fyter Fest because she doesn't have a match lined up. It's going to be Toni Storm and Mina Shirakawa versus Sky Blue and Julia Hart. So she's not losing it there. I think she does get involved in this match, though. It probably gives Julia and Sky Blue the win. Does that eventually lead to Mercedes Moné potentially losing the TBS belt to somebody, to Mina Shirakawa? Maybe Toni Storm gets involved in that match to cause Mercedes Moné to lose? Like, do we go in that direction? That's my only thing right now that, like, I'm still so 50-50 on when it comes to Mercedes Moné is, y'all know I love me some Mercedes Moné. That's literally my favorite wrestler right now, man. I don't know where you go with the TBS belts because we still haven't lost it yet. Mind you, it's only, June 1st. Or June 2nd now, at the time of recording this. But it's only like June 2nd, so it's like you still have the rest of this month and then the first week and a half, or like the first 2 weeks of July. I don't think you can have her lose in July, though. I don't think you can have her lose the TBS title in July. Maybe you could. But it's like, I don't think you can. So it's like, When does she lose the TBS belt? Because if she doesn't lose the TBS belt, I don't think that she could go on to All In, hold, and then win that belt. And then now you're holding the AEW TBS champion and the AEW Women's World Champion. I don't think we need a double champion like that in AEW. I'm fine if it's the International and Continental because you can combine those. And there's also another like mid-card belt there for the men, while there's also the world title for the men. For the women, there's literally nothing else. Literally nothing else. There is not a women's tag belt still. Maybe we get one at All In revealed, but that's about it. There is nothing else. And even the women's tag belt is not going to be enough for your women's division. So it's like, I don't know. I think as of right now, the only woman I can see getting the TBS belt right now is Mina Shirakawa. I think she's been involved in a lot of this Mercedes Moné stuff. I think she does eventually get the belt, which could probably set up to what? Mina Shirakawa versus Julia Hart at All In for the TBS belt? Maybe we could get that. Mina wait, hold on. No, Mina versus Tekla. Yeah, we can get Mina versus Tekla. Gosh, man, I really wanted Athena and Billy Starks in that match for the Ring of Honor Women's Championship, to be specific. But that match probably won't happen. I think we could probably see Mina versus Tekla for the TBS title. But then do you have Tekla lose to Mina that quick? Like, I mean, that's my only thing is like, I don't know how the hell you'd, unless, no, because if Mercedes gets involved and Tekla gets involved, that'd be a 4-on-2 women's matchup. Well, that could set up to Jamie Hayter. And then who the hell else got beef with Mercedes and Mina? I don't really know who you would throw in, but I could see that leading to like a 4-on-4 match if both Mercedes and Tekla get involved. So you could do something like that. But not for like TBS title, like just like a random thing that eventually leads to like a women's fatal 4-way. I mean, I guess you could do Sky Blue, Julia Hart, Mina Shirakawa, and Tekla for the AEW TBS title. I guess, how do you do the whole Julia Hart, Sky Blue thing? Because I think you're trying to make them into a tag team right now. So it's like you're really trying to build your women's tag division. I think there's a world where you probably do Mina getting the belt and then Mina versus Tekla at All In. That eventually leads to like a whole little storyline between these two for a few months. And then it goes into eventually Tekla getting the TBS belt. I can see that happening. So I'll say this. If Mercedes, no, you know what? Let me pick a side, man. Let me not do the if. Well, okay, let me put the if out there for a second. If Mercedes does lose the title, I think that she should win at All In. If she doesn't lose the title, I think that she should not win at All In because it's just not going to help the women's division out at all. So I'm going to say no to that. Oh, you could probably get Willow Nightingale involved in this somehow. And then that goes into Willow versus Mina versus Jamie versus Tekla. But you probably have Willow and Chris at All In already. Yeah, no. So I'm going to say this. I am going to pick a side, and I think Mercedes Moné loses that women's TBS belt sometime soon, and I think that she's going to be the next AEW Women's World Champion. I think that she should be the next AEW Women's World Champion. Like I've said before, this woman is a national treasure. She has done so many amazing things for the women's wrestling, whether it be the Women's Revolution, whether it's been everything that she's just done for AEW, for Stardom, for Rev Pro. I think she's done a lot for all these companies. And I think that she deserves to have her big moment, her big win, and I would give that to Mercedes Moné. But let me go ahead and not end the episode here just yet. Let me go ahead and do an all-in predictions real quick. Just off the dome. I ain't even really put this all together, man. I just want to, we're about like 40-something days out. Let me go ahead and throw together a card. So obviously we have Mercedes versus Tony. We have Hangman versus Moxley. I think we're also going to be getting Willow Nightingale versus Chris Statlander. I think the titles do get unveiled at All In, but I think we're going to get Willow Nightingale versus Chris Statlander. I think the match probably needs to happen there. You're really building up to that match, and with Willow being involved in a lot of this Death Rider storyline right now, I don't think you need to take her away from it to go back to the Chris Statlander stuff. You can hold off on that just a little longer. I think, though, we're going to have Willow versus Chris Statlander there, so that's the third match. I could see a world where we have Mina versus Tekla for the TBS title, so that's the fourth match. I think that match just needs to happen too, especially because Tekla kind of like low-key called out Mina Shirakawa, so I think you do need to have that match kind of continue on from that feud that was happening in Stardom to AEW. It's really, really good. Also, the person that was complaining about Tekla apparently not getting a prop or not being really talked about, they literally said that she got fired from Stardom because of what she did to like the wrestlers there and all that stuff. That's a lot of information already as is. So yeah. But yeah, we're gonna have Tekla versus Mina Shirakawa. We're gonna have Chris Statlander versus Willow Nightingale. I could see a world where it's the last woman standing. I think that might be the last woman standing. We're going to have Mercedes versus Tony. We're going to have Hangman versus Moxley. That's 5. We're going to have the Casino's Gauntlet match. That's 6. I could see a world where, you know what? Let me go out on my guns. I think we're going to have, Tony Khan might do something really, really cool here. I think we might have a women's tag match, like a triple threat or a fatal 4-way tag match. And then the winner is going to be crowned the AEW Women's Tag Champions, but it's not going to be told. I think he's going to tell the person who wins, obviously, you're going to be getting the win. Like, he's going to tell all the wrestlers involved, this who wins. And then he's going to hold it off until after they win, comes on out, and unveils the AEW Women's Tag Belts to the winners. So I think it would be, the ones in the match would be Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford, Harley Cameron, Anna Jay, Julia Hart, Sky Blue, and I think that's it. I think just a triple threat because I don't think you have like a 4th women's team built up yet. Like Tony and Mina Shirakawa likely will be a team going forward after Tony's done with like the whole AEW Women's World Title stuff and all that. But I think like those are like the 3 teams that have kind of just been like at least doing enough for your women's tag division. I think like you could throw another one in there just to, just for giggles and all that stuff. Like you could throw like Serena Deebs and Queen Aminata in there because they kind of have been a team in a sense. And I wouldn't mind seeing them in that match, to be honest. You could throw Thunder Rosa in there with like Jamie Hayter if you wanted to, but probably not. You could throw, it's like, see, I don't really know who else. Like maybe like Athena and Billy Starks, but even then, no. I think it'd be fine with those 3. So I think those 3 will have a triple threat women's tag match at All In. Maybe it's like some like crazy like ladder match, something like that. Oh, you know what they could do? This would low key be kind of cool. I would love to see them do a brief, like it's like something like in a briefcase, and then they open up the briefcase like they're told to open it up. And it unveils the AEW Women's Tag Belts. Oh, that would be fucking sick. Oh, that would be such a beautiful moment. Oh, my apple. That would be such a beautiful moment. I can't be like this whole anti-Carlito thing. And my dumb ass over here got an apple. Oh, my gosh, man. But yeah, nah, I would love to see that. Okay, yep, I have Sky Blue, Julia Hart, Megan Bayne, Penelope Ford, Anna Jay, Harley Cameron. I think Anna Jay and Harley Cameron do win that match. Also, I got Mina Shirakawa winning her match. I got Mercedes winning her match. I have Willow Nightingale winning her match. And I have Hangman Adam Page winning his match. I think it'll be Harley Cameron and Anna Jay who'll be your inaugural tag team champions. 1, because Harley Cameron really needs it because she's been an absolute star. 2, Anna Jay definitely needs it because she is a really damn good wrestler who I feel like deserves a big title shot. And, well, not just a big title shot, but like also just like getting a title or some kind of like, some kind of like thing in AEW because, man, she's really freaking good. After this, we are at 5 matches right now. So yeah, we're at 5 matches right now. Kenny Omega's Kazuchika Okada is number 6. Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland. By the way, Kenny Omega's going to win that match. Will Ospreay, Swerve Strickland versus the Young Bucks, number 7. The Ops. I don't think the Ops get on the card. No, if they do, probably the 0 hour. I think the Ops versus the Death Riders, Claudio Castagnoli, Wheeler Yuta, Pac. I think there's a world where we can get Darby Allin and Jack Perry on that card as well. That's probably it. Or like a returning Darby Allin comes to help Hangman. Yeah, I think that probably happens. But the Ops, I think they probably should be on the 0 hour along with the Death Riders. I think if there is a Darby Allin Jack Perry match, also on the 0 hour as well, in my opinion. We're at 7 matches though. If you throw in Will Ospreay, Swerve Strickland versus the Young Bucks, I really feel like you need your tag team champions there. I just don't know who the hell the Hurt Syndicate face. I don't know who the hell they face, man. Because it's not going to be FTR. FTR dealing with CMLL stuff right now. We can go ahead and keep them in CMLL as well. I would say the Hurt Syndicate would face who's like a top tag team, like a top babyface tag team. Or do they have like a triple threat match as well, like a fatal 4-way? Maybe. Buddy Matthews, Brody King? Could they face them at All In? I just don't know if Buddy Matthews be back in time. That's my only thing. I'm gonna go ahead and say they face probably the Hounds of Hell, Buddy Matthews, Brody King. Yeah, I think so. I mean, if they're not back, I can see them facing Private Party again. But I feel like the next time they face Private Party might be where Private Party gets the big win over the Hurt Syndicate. So like, if it's not Brody King and Buddy Matthews, I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm gonna say that it might be Paragon. It might be Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong getting a big match against the Hurt Syndicates. That's what I would probably lean towards. Maybe it's both of those teams getting a match against them, but I'm going to go ahead and probably lean towards Paragon? No, I'm going to lean towards Brody King and Buddy Matthews for that match against Hurt Syndicate. Hurt Syndicate get that win. I think Will and Swerve get their win as well. Now we're at 8 matches. TNT Championship has to be there, right? Yeah, it has to be there, I feel. Because this could be a really big moment for Kyle Fletcher, I think, if he's the guy to get the TNT Championship. I would say Kyle Fletcher, Adam Cole, Kazuchika Okada, triple threats, and then Kyle Fletcher pins Adam Cole to get the TNT Championship. I would love to see Anthony Bowens at the show as well, by the way. But he'll probably be like in the Casino Gauntlet. I would love to see him be in this match because it's 2 faces, 2 heels, and I would love to see that. I would love to see Ricochet in this match as well. I think he might be in the Casino Gauntlet, though. Is there a world that we can get Ricochet in this match, maybe? Ricochet, Kyle Fletcher, Kazuchika Okada. I mean, my bad. Konosuke Takeshita, and Adam Cole. Nah, I think it's either singles match Adam Cole, Kyle Fletcher for the TNT Championship, or it's triple threat and Kyle Fletcher pins Adam Cole and then goes on to feud with Konosuke Takeshita, and this is what causes him to break away from the Don Callis family because Konosuke Takeshita gets upset with the fact that that Kyle Fletcher got the big win over Adam Cole. I could also see them pulling a WWE here and having Kyle Fletcher pin Kazuchika Okada the same way. I keep freaking saying, my bad. The same pinning Konosuke Takeshita. It's the freaking K's. It's both the K's and their dang name. It's not the Japanese thing. I promise you that. It's but yeah, I can see him doing like a WWE thing here where Kyle Fletcher pins Konosuke Takeshita. See, I almost now second guessing myself. Could pin Konosuke Takeshita, and then this causes the rift between him and the Don Callis family. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with that one. But so let me go ahead and say it off one more time. So I think it's going to be Hangman Adam Page versus Jon Moxley. Hangman gets the win. Mercedes Moné versus Toni Storm. Mercedes gets the win. Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland versus the Young Bucks. Will and Swerve get the win. Hurt Syndicate versus Buddy Matthews, Brody King. Hurt Syndicate get the win. Casino Gauntlet, I think MJF gets the win. Adam Cole, Kyle Fletcher, Konosuke Takeshita. Kyle Fletcher gets the win. They could throw somebody else in that match just for the shits and giggles. I wouldn't be mad at it. Willow and Chris, I think Willow gets the win. Tekla and Mina, I think Mina gets the win. And then the women's triple threat ladder match. Triple threat tag ladder match. Sky Blue, Julia Hart versus Megan Bain, Penelope Ford versus Anna Jay, Harley Cameron. And I think Anna Jay and Harley Cameron get the big win, and they also win the AEW Women's Tag Team titles there as well. But that's going to be it for me, though, y'all. Definitely hope y'all did enjoy this episode. As always, if you did, like, subscribe, notification bells, all that great stuff that definitely does help out the podcast. I swear, I get tongue-tied every time at the end. Definitely does help the podcast out for sure, man. Whether you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or YouTube, all of it, whatever you can do, definitely does help out the page so dang much. Y'all have a great one, though, y'all. I'm out of here. Peace, everybody. Yeah.